sure. Hello and good evening, everybody, as we are here for round 6 of Realm of Racing tonight here at Spain, Barcelona. There's only 20 points separating the top 2 right now in the championship, so look to see how this pans out. We're still early off in the season. Now with me, as always, though, my man Hunter. How we doing this evening?
I mean, I'm feeling great today. One of my personal favorite tracks, but this is obviously an unpopular opinion as the attendance is not doing great today. We only got 14 tonight, but hey, it's a good chance for points for the boys that were loyal and showed up tonight. But we should have a good race still. Slippery will not be here today. The champion decided to handicap himself. I don't know if that's true. Maybe he actually had something going on. But Slippery will not be here tonight. Who's obviously our championship leader, but I mean, this is a good opportunity for Tails, who's obviously already taken a nice little chunk in the lead. It's gonna have to be the battle of Tails versus probably Canadian in this instance. Maybe even David gets into the mix, but I'm excited. I think we'll have a good race here.
Yeah, no, Tails already on provisional pole for the time being. Nice lap too at 1:17.0.
Yeah, Bio coming across the line now. We'll see what he's able to put up on the board for his first time.
Yeah, no, I think the track's a lot better now since the revisions from prior years, widening of some. Oh, J-Mix saves the car there, but some of them corners got revisited a little bit, and I think it's a much more enjoyable circuit to drive now, though.
No, I completely agree. Total Carney pops his car into P3, but no, I agree. It's definitely, to me, it's a huge upgrade. I think all they really need to get rid of now is that infamous final chicane.
Yeah, no.
Black Ball has just possibly set a purple sector. I don't know if the game is playing tricks on me, but he set a purple sector in the first sector, so I'm interested to see if he's able to keep that up through.
And he's got a car coming right across the track in front of him, a yellow flag.
Oh, he spun it!
Oh, and he's... Oh, and is he out? Yeah, he's going to be out,
yeah,
too.
He's done. I was directly on board with him for that.
The commentator's curse is so strong sometimes. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's pretty tough.
And that corner right there, tough. I think, what is that, turn 10 or...
that is turn 7, I think. 7 and 8.
7 and 8.
And then
you're right.
9
that is
the right-hander. Yeah, it's
notorious.
Yeah. That one will catch you out. That one will definitely catch you out once or twice in your lifetime, at the very least.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like a little bit of elevation dip right there, and then kind of comes back up. I feel like a tiny bit, but
it's very, like, in terms of at least how like the exit feels. It's very it feels very similar, at least to me, to Imola, the double right-hander at Imola, the one where you're going downhill and then uphill. It feels very, like, in terms of the exit and how it feels, like, where it just feels like you have grip and then just all of a sudden you can just lose it in an instant and you're just done. So no, it's a tough way to go. It's a tough way to go, that's for sure.
No, 100%. No, you're not wrong there. It looks like I think Nat's the only one who happens to be out on a lap, potentially. Or maybe Bonhomie is just starting one.
You know how it is. I can never tell.
I think Bonhomie
Yeah,
just
Bonhomie
started
should
his
have
hot
just.
lap.
Yeah, I'm on board with Bond now as well. I was on board with the Jor for some reason. He's on his out lap though, for sure.
I don't want to say now, but Bond does have.
I see that. Oh, he's just lost a lot of time there. Had to get off the throttle completely.
Yeah, the back end stepping around just a little bit.
And I mean, that's just sometimes the pressure of qualifying. Like, more than likely, he's had that exact same situation happen before, and he's been able to kind of keep it pinned, and he's just invalidated. But he's had situations like where he's been able to keep that pinned, but just the pressure of a qualifying situation and feeling like you have to put in a lap, and now he is unsuccessfully put in 2 laps in this qualifying session. So I mean, he's under pressure here, so he's gonna have to get it done in his 3rd or 4th lap, and that's just usually not ideal.
And it's so disheartening too when you invalidate that late in the lap, because you can't really back off and save ERS now. He obviously comes into the pits. You're never gonna harvest enough ERS back at that point. You're just,
and as well as fuel. It's like if you do go through with it, yes, you can definitely probably finish the lap. But J-Mick getting really squirrely. You can definitely probably finish the lap, but you're gonna be running out of fuel on your way back to the pits. And then that's going to then sacrifice you possibly for, you know, that next lap if you can't even get back to the pits in time because you're going 20 kph around the circuit. So, J-Mick's able to finally get into time, but I saw him getting squirrely in just about every single corner. He's only able to set a 119.1.
Definitely looked like his back end.
I think he's going again.
He didn't feel comfortable.
Definitely wasn't satisfied. No, you could tell he didn't. There's no way he felt comfortable there. He just was getting way too. I don't know if it was really understeer, but it just looks like it's just an overall unstable setup for him right now. And he just doesn't. And even through that turn, he's locking up a little bit. It actually kind of feels like the sound doesn't feel nearly as bad when I'm on board this week, which is interesting. Because Miami. When I raced Miami, it ruined my stream. I got a sound glitch that was so bad, it didn't go away at any point. If I was alone on the track, it didn't matter. It was just crackling, like, it was so bad. I mean, you can go and look at our Miami stream. It is not enjoyable to listen to.
Oh, no, I've had it happen to me. And there is nothing. It seems like even when you're normally around cars, it's worse. But once it starts, though, it doesn't go away.
J-Mick's in McLaren.
Oh, within McLaren.
And he's then, I think, Tails has had to sacrifice his lap because obviously the McLaren of Canadian was just sitting on the racing line right there as they both basically make the exact same mistake. That might have to be uploaded as a short after the race with that, you know, like like that weird like. That weird music. I don't know. That was.
Yeah, a little synchronized spinning right there for sure. And,
why not? Let it spin.
A couple guys had a effect there, but a good job by everybody staying out of the way. No one, or everybody avoiding each other.
Yeah, you never know. If Tails wasn't on pole right now, he might have just said screw it and just tried to go through your car. So. Yeah, no.
Well, it doesn't work like real life. You can't pull a Leclerc in this game. Get a red flag, but looks like TC's actually just started the hot lap as well. I could be wrong, but I believe he did.
And I think I saw what was happening to Bio there. He just got too much curve there. Just beelines it for the pits. I mean, maybe that's probably an A line right there because he was there quickly.
Fastest way is a straight line. Yeah, TC looking pretty decent right now on this lap.
I'm on board with TC. This is I love this corner because it definitely rewards the late breakers. If you can just get it rotated in. even if you don't get
Yeah,
the
I think
best of
they've improved that
exits,
one.
if you're able to carry a lot of speed through that for a hairpin, basically, or a spoon curve, whatever you want to call that, definitely
Yeah, it
rewards
kind
late
of is like
braking
a.
and apex
It,
speed,
it,
I guess.
it, I kind of agree with you. It is almost a spoon hairpin because,
Yeah, it's not
but
like a straight hairpin. It's kind of because it does open up towards the end. It's not even really a spoon, but I
nah,
don't know
it's
what
a
else you could really call it. I don't know. It's
yeah.
like the inside of an M. I don't know.
I mean, it's not a spork, so you call it a spoon for sure. But
I think
yeah, no, TC
Azure,
did improve on that lap, but not by
not
enough to get him
positionally
another
right.
place.
Yeah, he was able to improve his time, but stays in P3, which maybe will help him because David's still hot on his heels. Only about a tenth and a half back. And I'm on board with Azure right now. He's going through Sector 2 right now. And a little bit squirrely out of what I would call an actual hairpin. Probably, kind of. Ah, shit. Maybe not. I don't know. What is a hairpin?
Wow. I mean, I guess the classic one, Japan, but yeah, what qualifies? What's the definition?
Wait, Japan. Oh, yeah. I was thinking, my first thought when I think of hairpin is always Canada. Because last
Or
year,
Canada.
it was like a running joke that I could not brake for that corner properly. Like, I would always... It was actually so bad, like, in all my league races, Groovy would make fun of me so bad. I would go deep for that corner last year all the time.
I had a habit of clipping the grass approaching that corner.
That's
for
what
some
I
reason.
might have been doing. I might have just been doing a little bit of skidding, you know?
Yeah. I kind of had to break that habit, just running a little bit too wide there. But yeah, Jor does go up into P8, 118.3. And who is that? Canadian has had
And I almost
another
wonder...
moment and has lost the front wing.
I wonder if
Go ahead
Tails
there.
is kind of... I wonder how Tails is taking this psychologically. This is the first time he's not going to have to deal with Slippery on track. Will he take kind of the lax approach? Will he go for a medium hard, hard medium? Or will he still just go balls to the wall and either go for somehow a medium to soft or do a hard to soft? I'm interested to see what strategy he decides to go with. Because yeah, I don't think pace-wise, even though it's only a 3/10 gap here in qualifying, I really just can't see anybody matching him when it comes down to the race pace. I can see him possibly making a mistake and things going south from there, but I can't necessarily see anybody on merit other than maybe David. Possibly, but even David, I think, admittedly been struggling this year.
I was gonna say
compared
we've
to last
seen
year, he's still
past seasons, but this year, Tails has been kind of him and Slippery kind of have almost been on a little bit of a league of their own for the time being so far. Yeah, for sure. I mean,
on some Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen type thing, like last year, or if I mean, I'd feel almost kind of disrespectful to say Max Verstappen and Charles because I mean, let's be real here. When you're winning from 15th, is it really a championship? But I guess Hamilton did win from last in Brazil, so
yeah,
maybe that logic doesn't really check out.
No. It'll still count. It'll still look nice
Thunder!
as a mantle. Oh, and there goes the Thunder. Yeah, he's spinning. A nice little pirouette.
But yeah, he keeps it together, keeps it out of the wall and out of the gravel, surprisingly. But obviously those softs are going to be hurting, and we're late on in qualifying, so I think he's just going to have to stick it out on these. Hope that he can generate. I mean, he should be able to get his ERS back. That was pretty early on in the lap, obviously. Yeah, he's going to try to get all his ERS back. But people are starting to come out of the pits. He's not going to have time to go back if he did want to replace those softs, which is the unfortunate part.
Yeah, now
they're going to be damaged.
Cool him down as much as he can, but yeah, no, he's luckily, yeah, it looks like he is going to be able to get his ERS built back up though enough. But yeah, coming down to it though,
I'm on board with J-Mick because J-Mick's under some real pressure here. Surely he can put in a better time than a 19-1.
Yeah, he's been struggling all night for sure. He is
And
something
it's
he
weird
picked on his
because
setup has not worked for him.
I've raced. I mean, granted, it's been in like a 5v5 setting, but I've like 1v1'd this kid here, and like I consider myself to be pretty decent at Spain, because I've gotten a podium, I've taken a pole there this year, and he was keeping up with me just fine. And when I let him take the lead, I wasn't overtaking him very easily. So I just get really confused sometimes when I see J-Mix struggling as much as he does, because it seems like when the pressure is off, when you're just kind of fooling around, he's a lot quicker.
The old Logitech's having a little struggles tonight for him.
Yeah, maybe.
A little bit of hassle.
I mean, those Logitechs just they're great beginner wheels, but I think as you go on, they just prove to be a nuisance. Especially in sections like this, where he was just on those curbs, like his wheel is just bouncing all over the place.
Disagreeing with that. Oh yeah, if I was racing, you would hear it. Mine bouncing.
He does improve. Only to an 18.
I was gonna say he does improve.
And routine though, routine improved quite a bit. He goes up to
3 places.
Who's that Canadian crossed the line, I believe. I think he's starting his lap now.
Oh, he is actually just starting his lap.
That is gonna stay in last place. Bonhomme gets into 6th. Who's this? Alpine. This is Bio coming across the line now. What is he gonna be able to put in? He hops up to P4, 17.8. That's not too bad. First of the Alpha Towers is Tails. He's going to be the first across the line. And he looks green on the dash. Yeah, 16.9. Not much of an improvement, but an improvement nonetheless. And they go 1-2 in this qualifying session. But Canadian's the very last one on track. And TC not able to improve enough, I should say. And it looks like Canadian might have just set a purple second sector.
He has set a purple second sector. Let's see as he comes through these final little chicanes that we all wish would just disappear. The track map doesn't even show
Whoa! What?
Yeah, but and he's got a spinner right in front of him. Oh, and he's out. Routine spins. Oh, and it takes out his clip, his front wheel, and his whole.
Is frustrating, to say the least. Oh wow!
The timing on that.
Never let them know your next move. No, that was pretty wild. Actually, I can't believe that just. That's the second race that's actually happened though, because if you remember, it was Azure and Slippery at Miami, and Slippery Azure came out of nowhere, and Slippery hit the back of Azure and retires, and now it's just the other McLaren. Getting kind of screwed over in their qualifying. I couldn't see his dash. I flipped onto him. I saw it all happen. But, I mean, that happened basically right when I was onto him, so I did not see what routine was doing. I just saw him trying to spin. He more than likely made a mistake into the pits, spun, and,
I think he spun on that last chicane, potentially, and just was trying to hurry up and get back going, but...
Oh, that's unfortunate. But our starting grid is Tails on pole, David, his teammate, in P2, Canadian in P3, TC in P4, Bio in P5, Nat in P6. Actually, a pretty good improvement from him. P7 is Routine, P8 is Bonhomme, J-Mick is in P9, and to round out the top 10 is Azure. So we'll see. And not to mention, Black Baller seemed like he had some pace in his qualifying laps, but then he just got super unlucky in his very first lap. I mean, I think I saw him set a purple first and second sector. Granted, maybe he was early out on track. Who knows? But still, just unfortunate.
It did look like he had
I'm interested to see if he can,
early
top up the grid. Hopefully, that's not another commentator's curse.
No. Can only get one a night. That's all you get.
Hey, I don't make the rules.
And I didn't just mean like you can only give out one a night. Only one person can get one.
Oh no. We've definitely handed out multiple a night. There's no way.
I was gonna
No,
say you can
okay,
give
well
out
no,
as many as
maybe
you
maybe
want.
not because I think we've maybe only had a max of like the one that I specifically remember was 2 seasons ago. It was this around this time last year when we did Bahrain, I believe, and what was it? Azure like spun on the final lap. Or was it Spain
Oh
actually?
my
Maybe it was a
goodness.
different track. Maybe it wasn't Bahrain, but it was early on in the season, and we said something about Joyer being in the lead,
Hmm.
and he just spinned it. But yeah, we have no
Oh, I do
formation
remember
lap, so
this.
we're about to be green lights.
Oh, and the
Yes, the
lights
lights are
are
out.
out. The reservoirs, the gears are going.
Tails gets a
And they're
decent
moving
start,
a
but
decent
David's
start.
getting alongside, and so is Canadian and TC. They're about
Here
2
comes
by
the
2,
Haas.
and the Haas.
Here comes Nat down in the Haas, down on the inside. He's all the way up in the P3, but here comes the McLaren around the outside. Now back into the inside.
I think we've made it through turn 1 cleanly. The back is pretty chaotic. Nat Hammer
Nat
is
Hammer
in the
up a
P4.
bunch of
Okay, Canadian.
positions there.
No, Nat and Canadian both battling this away, but Nat has the inside line, and Nat actually
Oh, and around
spins.
goes
And
Nat
there's a
into the
Ferrari.
Ferrari. J-Mick is out.
Everybody has to avoid it, and there's the Mercedes as well.
Oh, 4 or 5 cars have got collected in this.
That's gonna bring out a full safety car. That's unfortunate.
J-Mick, power up, Tito Sampson, and oh man, I seen the Aston Martin, the Mercedes. They both look like they slowed down in enough time, but just I don't know how they came together there. They both look like they had minor contact, but DNF'd them both. Oh my god. Bro, it's storming hard.
Oh man. Well, that's unfortunate. I wonder if anybody's gonna hop into the pits here, though. It doesn't really look like it.
Yeah, TC has.
I think everybody that's
in.
still in the race has made it through without damage.
Yeah,
Oh no, TC
power.
is in. Yeah, you're right. TC is in the pits. It's not. Yeah, it is for a wing change.
God. Man, dude, it's like lightning on my house out there.
Oh no.
Whew. You can't hear that?
You know, I heard it.
Thing,
oh, I heard it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that shit just like hit my house, bro. Like, that shit made me jump out my couch right there, bro. Did you see that photo I sent you earlier?
No. Oh, I see. I see
like
you messaged me. No, I haven't opened it though.
God, yeah, it's storming pretty significant here at my place, but either way.
No, I feel it. We're going through some similar, like we've had rain, just straight rain for the past like week.
I'm surprised everything is still on right now.
I'm shocked.
Thankfully.
Because honestly, with how weak mine was with Australia, which is the reason why the Australia race was canceled, is because my power went out. Yeah, I mean, mine went out so quickly. It wasn't even. It was just the wind that was. It wasn't even raining that hard.
Yeah, knocked over a line or something.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
no,
maybe you got them in grounds. Who knows?
Well, my internet is out. That's why I'm on my hotspot right now for the time being. So it's definitely knocked that out. But either way, though, we'll try to keep that to a minimum. Quiet. Hopefully, I can't control Mother Nature though.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. You're good. But yeah, I wonder how many laps is this gonna be out? Probably the minimum, because I think TC is going to get caught up during this lap.
Yeah, so TC, what tire did he actually go onto? So he went onto the hard tires, so he's going to... Wow. You think he's going to be able to go the whole race? Wow, that's... I don't know. Yeah, so David, P1, Tails, P2, Canadian.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that David was able to go ahead and get ahead of his teammate Tails. And
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm not
that's
sure
going to
how that
put
happened.
Canadian. I mean, obviously, that's going to put Canadian right behind Tails. It's just going to be interesting on this restart, which I assume is definitely going to come. It's definitely going to happen this lap. But
I'm just wondering, how did that Haas get such a good start there? Where did he come from?
I do not know. I believe Nat started in like 7 or 6 or 7, and then he got up to P3 like crazy. He had a very good start, but I think more than likely he got a little bit over aggressive on Canadian. He kind of, at least from what I remember, he kind of pushed him a little bit into the gravel, or not into the gravel, but onto that curb. And as Canadians coming back on to go towards the line, they made contact. But obviously, who knows? We'll have to see it back. The stewards will be probably having a look at it. But the safety car's coming in this lap. Is David already gone? No, surely not, because I can see the safety car. Okay.
I was going to say, will it let him go this time?
It will not.
Yeah, and you can definitely hurt yourself by trying to go too early and get that throttle limiter.
I mean, basically, my strategy on safety car releases this year is when I'm leading is basically just a way to the line. Like,
that's what David seems to be doing here. Oh,
yeah, look at it. But he's not weaving. I usually weave, and maybe that's too much of a tell. Oh no, Tails and Canadian both getting a. Oh, they're side by side. Canadian's trying to hit it under the inside, and now Tails has the inside. They're still side by side. Tails is around.
And the tail goes around.
And there's another collision, and oh my lord.
Oh, Bond home. He gets collected into it.
Oh, this is.
So that minus.
This is awful.
The minor wheel tap, and it sends him around. Wow, and another one is out. So both passes already out of the race. And once again, just collected, unfortunately. And I didn't actually see where Tails got hit there, so I'm not sure how much damage he's gonna have. I don't see any wing damage on the front, but he obviously.
I mean, I feel the worst for the Haas. I literally saw the Haas. It was almost like, if you remember, Magello. Was it Magello with that safety car restart? With like Carlo. It reminds me of. Was it might have been Latif. It was a Williams, I think, who was like avoiding it until the last second, and then like it's just until it's too late. Like there's literally, you are avoiding it going as far off the track, and then you're eventually off the track now, and even off the track there's a car in front of you. So that's just what that reminded me of. The Haas had Bonhomme had nowhere to go in that situation.
Yeah, because there is a lot of runoff off to the left, but
and yeah, so
somehow got around David in the promotion and is leading the race now. Sets the fastest lap as well.
That's what I was about to say. I mean, I don't even know how Bio was able to get the lead there, but David sitting pretty in P2, but now this means that Tails is back in P5, and Canadian, I believe, had to go into the pits. Yes, he had to go into the pits. So yeah, this has been a chaotic race.
P8, even though we only have 9 runners, so anyone who could finish is obviously eligible, gonna get the points. But hopefully we could keep it with everybody finishing. Yeah, David staying within that DRS range. So,
yeah, it should be turned on after. It's either, I think it's not this next lap, but I think it's the lap after that. So like the beginning of lap 7, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. Not beginning of lap 7. Like, you're right. You know what I mean? Like, not on the front straight, but they're going side by side already.
Here comes David.
Yeah, David's got the straight line on him. Bio's not gonna have really anything to defend there.
Wow, that almost seemed like he had DRS open right there.
Yeah, the straight line speed. Maybe David just really kind of burned his ERS there just because he didn't want to be held up anymore. Well, we'll see, because I mean, will David be able to get a lead here? And it looks like he is. He's already about 1/8 of a tenth, so he's a big lockup into the hairpin. but he is building that gap now. And I mean, I think David's going to be thinking here, this could be my first win of the season.
Sometimes that's all it takes. Get you flowing again, and the points start rolling in from there.
I mean, either way, I think
has already stretched that gap to 1 second.
AlphaTauri's main goal here just needs to be to not get tripped up any more than they already have. David obviously has kept his nose clean. Tails just really needs to keep his nose clean. These boys are only 30 points from McLaren in the constructors' points. So I'm not saying that they could take the lead today, but also they could take the lead today. What is it? I forget what the max is. 25 plus 18, whatever that is, like 40 something points. 44, 42. I don't know. Whatever. I'm not doing math right now. Sorry, boys. But it's in that range. And yeah, so if Canadian were to not receive points today, they could take the lead here. So they just need to make sure. Tails has gotten past TC now. He's got some breathing room now to catch up to Bio. But they just need to make sure they keep their noses clean. And I mean, it would be interesting now. Hopefully they don't trip over each other.
We have seen that too. But yeah, Tails looks like he is at a rapid pace here at the moment, though. Closing in.
And yeah, TC's got to be kept in the mix as well because he's on hards. He's the only one that's on the same hards that they started on. And so he might be going for a hard soft. Oh, you're right. He has 5, not 6. You're right.
Oh,
but still, though, because of that safety car he was able to get, brought back into it.
No, exactly. 100%. They're basically fairly new, hard tires. So, yeah, so he could be very racy towards the end, though.
I mean, he's definitely. It just all depends. I mean, the safety cars really do kind of. Well, not kind of. I mean, they changed the race completely. They changed the complexion of a race 100%. Completely. So, I mean, barring any safety cars, I mean, he's definitely looking at a really good situation. I think that's, for me, one of the most frustrating things. Because if safety cars just didn't exist, I think I would have so many more league wins than I do right now. Like, I have lost so many races because I just simply don't make great decisions under that quick and
so
that.
You took the Ferrari.
Sometimes, man. Like, listen, man. Spain happened, and I let 2 safety cars go by, granted they were both in the first 8 laps. I let them both go by, and I think that definitely cost me a win. But Tails is right on the back of Bio.
I was gonna say, look at how much he's made up 2 seconds.
And that's probably why David was
a little over a lap here.
That has to be why David was so quick about trying to get past Bio. He knew he probably had the pace advantage, and he knew Tails was going to be coming. And if he wants to get this win, he needs as much of an advantage as he can possibly get because Tails looks like he's on an absolute mission. He's going to get by him before the DR. We're even midway through the straight, and he's already passed. So, I mean, Tails is coming.
Yeah, he is approaching in a hurry. And let's see, are they both on the medium tires?
Yes. All 3. The top 3 are on the. Well, yes. So routine. Yeah, the only people with no stops are routine, Black Bala, Bio, Tails, and David.
Yeah, a couple guys going on the soft side. Just go away, Storm. Yeah, also trying to keep TC in sight and he's starting to fall back just a tiny little bit. Also looks like TC is starting to. He's reining in Bio as well.
That's what I mean. These mediums might start to fall off really any lap now that we have a yellow flag. I think that is.
It's sure he's back on track. It was the Red Bull.
Yeah.
He gets back going.
He's struggling down
Yeah,
in
so these
9th.
mediums might, yeah, the deck might be quite a bit then, huh?
Yeah, and I mean, it just depends on your driving style and your setup. But it's very possible that, say, if somebody maybe just nabbed a setup from TT or something along those lines, it's very possible that, yeah, their mediums could be starting to
What are you saying?
not necessarily go
Who
off.
do that?
A lot of people.
I would
But
never do such a thing.
nah, man, I'm guilty of that too. I did it last week. But anyway.
No, I have got better at least builds. I have one thing that I have tried to get better with. But yeah, TC, he's closed in quite a bit though. He's hard tires though. They suit him very well for the time being.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be maybe not in the DRS here, because I think he's still maybe losing a tiny bit of mechanical grip. Oh, and the Jordan decides the DNF when he could just take the points, and then probably will be another safety car. But Azure decides to DNF in the pits.
Points.
Yeah, no, he did end up getting DRS in that final sector. And yeah, Biohazard is officially in danger.
Yeah, I'm curious. What happened to Bio? Because he was definitely very racy at the start, had a very good start, ended up taking the lead, and now it just kind of fell off. I wish we could bring up the tire graphics and see how much wear.
Yeah, that would be very helpful right now. Because yeah, it really does depend. Like, I know that certain setups that I've used, just for some reason I can't necessarily pinpoint a specific point in the setup that like is causing the tire wear, but it's just sometimes it's just the case with certain setups.
And I know I've had this before sometimes where I feel like I can make the softs last longer, or not actually lap wise longer than the mediums, but I feel like I can manage them more sometimes for some reason than mediums. I don't know. It's just
Well,
me.
this year it's definitely just a fact of like, and I think as we get further and further into the year, I think it'll be realized as TC's definitely gonna go for a move here, but Bio's going fully defensive here.
Yeah, moves over to the left.
No, Bio is stout. Gives him a little bit of tap. The elbows are out.
Yeah, Bio not wanting to give up that P3 podium position easily. TC does the wise thing and backs up and tries to wait for another corner.
Yeah,
As he already reels back in quite a bit.
TC kind of falling victim to sometimes. He just, yeah, he's already caught up to David. Like, that's insane. But he's sometimes, I think TC falling victim to kind of half committing to a move there. He left his nose on the inside of turn 2, and they made slight contact, and luckily Bio was able to get out of that unscathed, because usually, you know, a front wheel and somebody's back wheel colliding is always going to be a spin, especially while you're turning. But
yeah,
they both get out of that alive.
And yeah, so two little battles there. Tails.
Oh shit. Celestial.
Right on
Entertain.
the gearbox coming around the final corner. Yep. Gotcha. So Tails got DRS here. He's gonna dip down. He follows right in the slipstream, goes to the left. David goes super defensive, try to park it around the apex. Tails with the switchback here, goes back around the inside, and now he's gonna take the lead. What a move by Tails there. David parked it on the apex, but could not carry the same amount of speed though. Tails, nice job though. So now Tails has the lead, and he's already out 0.5 of a second here. He's gonna try to extend that as quick as he can. It's the same thing. PC also trying to go side by side with Biohazard. Not gonna be able to make the move just.
Let's go!
Yeah.
I didn't miss it. All right, cool. My fault. Family calls, you know what happens.
You were on board with on this.
No, I'm on board with TC.
No, you're good. You're good.
No, my
Okay.
fault,
Okay.
but no, we're all.
Oh,
Oh,
David has a little bit of a moment there, and
oh,
he's
I
gonna
didn't
be out
notice
of
Tails got
DRS range
passed.
now. He had DRS going into the final chicane.
Yeah, no
Oh, what
DRS for
happened here?
David there.
Hold on, wait a second.
What happened?
Hold on, my race is like showing that it's over with. What happened?
Oh no.
Everybody just left the session.
Oh no. I think you lagged out. Back
Oh,
out,
okay.
and I'm gonna send you an invite.
Yep. I was about to say everybody's pulling over to the side of the road and on my screen. So this is definitely not what's happening in the game.
But yeah, no worries. I will take over. But yeah, David's still outside of DRS, and now he's really only losing time. He's about 1.4 seconds behind Tails. And Total Carney, he's gotten past Bio. I missed that. But Total Carney has now gotten past Biohazards. Finally, not losing any more time, but routine's starting to also rein in Bio. I think those mediums on Bio's Alpine have just started to fall off a cliff. Just too much tire wear. But he's going to have to probably muscle through here because he's on the mediums. Even though the hards can make it, it wouldn't be a pretty sight. And he's just going to have to deal with this throughout the race because if it's happening on the mediums, it's happening on the hards. Just at a slower pace, obviously.
Just a little bit. No, that's a good thing to stick by right there.
No, yeah, if you have bad tire wear, it's gonna be bad tire wear on all three tires. Unfortunately, it's not like this game is not like real life where there are certain where there's enough variables to make it to where you can be good on one tire and not be good on another tire. If that is the case with you, it is quite simply A, because you're on a slower tire, B, you have a placebo effect where you cannot drive on slower tires. But I don't know. It's the same for everybody.
I felt last year the hards did not feel good. This year they feel fine. I think it was more of just more time actually driving on the hards and getting used.
No, I agree, and I think this year they definitely kind of made it the premier tire. It is the tire. I mean, and we were sort of talking about this last year where it was like the setups didn't really mirror real life. Or not the setups, sorry, the strategies. And it was because the tires in game, like the soft tires in the game, felt amazing. Like they could last you. It felt like there really wasn't a drop off. You could still do pretty good times even if your soft tires were on like 60, 70, 80%.
Oh, exactly.
But now it's like the delta in like each percent, I feel like the delta that you're dropping in terms of your times it's definitely increased. But yeah, did you make it back in?
Yeah, no, I am back
Okay.
in. And you are right. Looks like routine has. Wow, he has closed the gap too.
Yeah, and I mean, we also can't forget about Canadian. Canadian has dropped a 1.2 seconds just since I've been watching him for about the past, I don't know, 0.75 of a lap, 3/4 of a lap, if you want to say. Yeah, he's definitely dropping a lot of time to routine to bio. No, he's cutting them. He's cutting time. He was at about 8.5 seconds when I started to watch him, and when I started saying that, he was at 7.2, and now he is at 6.3. So
yeah, he is.
He's cutting into them
climbing down
quickly. Very quickly.
Yeah, just in that small time, he took.
Let me check what tire. I mean, he's on he spun. He spun.
200ths of a second.
He spun.
Oh wow! Commentators curse.
He'll probably lose about 10 seconds here. He's gonna lose. Yep, he's gonna lose about 10 seconds. That was pretty costly.
Let's see. I don't see any.
I was just hopping in the pits.
Damage.
No, he didn't hit the wall. He didn't hit the wall. He kept it out of the wall, but it was still a pretty slow speed spin. So, yeah.
Those ones could be painful too. Where you just watch it happen.
Yeah, and it sucks because
You're
pretty
just
sure
on
he
board.
was setting a purple. I'm almost for sure. He set a purple in the second sector with how much he was closing in on basically everybody on the field. I think he was safe to say that he was probably on a purple. So he was moving, but yeah, lost about 12 seconds. 13 seconds, maybe.
Another one moving. Routine is moving. He's just at a purple, and he's closing on TC too.
Yeah, and him on the
He
mediums.
he has closed in about 3/10 of a second.
And he started
And
on
just
those mediums
about a
as
quarter
well.
of a lap
So
there, but go ahead.
he started
So
on
he's
those.
making them work.
Yeah, he's just really starting to. The track is just really starting to come to him as the race goes on. He's starting to, yeah, he's definitely starting to gain some time. Pitted lap 1, and he's pitting again.
Safety car, I believe.
Yeah, because they 60,
okay,
yeah.
So he is gonna go
Make sure he doesn't get a pit lane penalty. Tails is coming out of the pits right now on the hards. So yeah, Tails is going with the medium hard strategy.
So David retakes the lead.
That looked like a pretty slow pit stop, but he is at the back of the grid. Wasn't watching the whole thing. But I do know that if you accidentally press that X button, that turn-in button too early, yeah, you lose a lot of time. Learn that the hard way.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because I am a Merc or a Red Bull in the league, and you know sometimes you got to hit the Papania before a race.
It's early.
And it's 10:30 a.m. race, and you know, like you're a little bit, you're not fully there. And sometimes you just enter the pit lane and you think for some reason that that big button in the middle of your screen is the pit limiter, even though you've already hit the pit limiter. So yeah, that happens.
For sure.
I can't remember what track that I did that at. I think that was this week. I think I did that at Miami. Yeah, I did that at Miami this week in David's league, unfortunately. But I'm interested to see.
Make or break definitely a lot of time.
I mean, I lost 3 seconds. It said it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it just straight up said. And I remember saying, if you don't press it at all, it's 5 seconds. So, yeah, I pressed it way too early, and I lost 3 seconds. Yeah, that's if you don't press it at all.
You have to press it a little early, approaching it, too. No,
yeah,
I remember one time on ACC, do a pit stop and losing about 10 positions because I parked the car
It's
a
pretty
little
easy
too
to do
short.
that.
And then the car fell off the jacks because, yeah.
Oh, don't talk about ACC. It gives me
up in the
good
P2
flashback.
for the time being.
So yeah, no, but he's being caught up by Tails, and so is. Well, actually, David's really not losing a ton of time here, and I'm wondering he's probably lost the opportunity to cover off Tails. He's gonna have to go long into this.
Well, I was gonna say, I can't remember what track it was last year, but I remember David running the medium tires roughly about 30 laps.
It was Monaco. He basically ran them until there was like 5 laps to go.
Okay.
And then he put on the softs.
No, you're not gonna be able to do that.
Man was refusing to pit.
He pulled the Albon. He said, "I got a pit." Okay, yes.
And speaking of Albon, I
guess if I got a pit.
I loved seeing Albon at Spain, or at Spain, at Spa. That was a good. That was just a classy race. I think it just shows that man's here to stay, and also it shows that Latifi is useless. Yes, I will say that on a public broadcast.
Oh,
Latifi, you are useless.
I would agree. Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I almost was pretty upset too. Valtteri got caught up in that.
Oh my god.
I hate to say it, even Stroll hit the dirt the same way twice, and Stroll kept it together. You know.
It's just like.
There's a lot to say about Stroll too, as well in the same category, but
it would just
either way though.
I just think at this point, like, it would just
take quite a bit.
It would just say a lot about like where everyone is at right now if Latifi keeps that seat. Actually, it would just say a lot about F1 in general. But hopefully that doesn't happen. And I think Tails, as you mentioned, I think he's going to get it done here.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong about that, but I have a feeling that that won't happen. But yeah, Tails dips down to the inside well before the braking zone.
Oh,
He has it
there's probably like
done.
30 drivers I could list.
Yeah, so TC really could defend against that.
No, nothing
Oh, for
TC could
sure.
do. I mean, he's
Oh,
on
for sure.
16 newer lap old tires. Yeah, he's chilling though. I think he's gonna go deep into
Is
this
that
race.
even
He
it?
might try to do a hard to soft. I think.
Well, let's see. What is his gap? He has a 21-second gap. I can't remember what the pit stop loss is
And
here.
Canadian's also gonna have to pit. So realistically, he's fighting against Bio. Who, yeah, he's about. I mean, he's right on
Bio's
Canadian.
right on the back. Yeah.
Oh no.
Bio
Oh no.
letting his
Oh no.
presence be known here. He's gonna go for it, and they. I don't know if
Definitely
they touched it or
contact.
not,
Definitely
but a good
contact.
avoidance to keep everything straight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bio getting a little
Looked
bit.
like a little bit
Ooh,
of contact in the back wheel. Oh,
getting a little
man.
bit too aggressive. Canadian's gonna defend here, but no, Bio. Oh, you need an invite?
No, I'm gonna use the one you
Okay.
already sent, but all good. Go ahead. You're good.
No, but I was about to say, Bio. Wait, oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, but I got a little confused there. Bio's able to get past Canadian really with no issue after the little touch into turn one, and now yeah, he's gonna be off. So he's about 24 seconds behind. I would think that TC probably. I don't know how many laps the softs can really do though, honestly. I have like no clue.
So they got to do. They're on lap 24. Another 9, 10 laps roughly.
Yeah, it's. No, they're on lap 22. See, wait, did you say that? Or did you say 24? But yeah, so they've got 11 laps. So like maybe he can scratch it like 1 or 2 more laps, and I think it'll be okay. But still, I think those softs could definitely fall off towards.
Yeah, you don't want to be a sitting duck at the very end, especially if
The Canadian's been passed by Routine as well. I did not see that happen. So Routine sitting in P5 right now. He is on brand new hard, so he's not going to have to pit again.
He's been running pretty good all night tonight.
Yeah, definitely a step up from last race.
In that first, yeah, I believe he got collected in the first round. Hey, you might have to.
I got you.
Another invite if you don't mind. Thankfully, the game allows you to do that.
Seriously, dude. Oh my god. The fact that it wasn't in the game before is crazy. Consensual. Yeah, not a ton of close battles. The closer battles are going to be happening once Total Carney decides to head into the pits. But I mean, David also needs to head into the pits. He's on 23 lap old mediums now at this point. And I mean, yeah, he's going for the medium to soft, but I don't think it's going to help him much. Tails is already within 8.5 seconds of David, so I mean, might end up costing him a little bit at the end.
Yeah, you don't want to be sitting there at the end and let's see. Okay, there we go. Now I'm back.
Yeah, right on track right now.
Yeah, quite spaced out right now, which will happen when you have 8 runners obviously.
Yep.
AlphaTauri though is looking very sharp out there, I must say.
Yeah, Tails is just running. He's reeling him in now. I think probably David. Yeah, David's hopping into the pits now as we speak. Make sure he gets stopped for the line. He does.
Yeah, it's just about to slows down now. It's on the limiter. Let's see what tires. Tails will retake the lead. TC is gonna go past as well.
Yeah, he's putting on the softs.
Goes on a set of softs.
Bio is coming to the final chicane now. Yeah, David should be fine. So he's gonna come out in third place. He's gonna have some catching up to do. Total Carney ahead of him. And wait, Total Carney's also gonna have a pit.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Is TC gonna try to run? I mean, it's gonna be.
Imagine he tries to go to the
way
end.
that he can do this?
Maybe
That's what I'm curious.
31 laps. I mean, he went onto those home laps
Yeah.
too.
I mean, we did have 2 safety cars, but I mean that's only 4 laps. Though that's still a very tall ask.
Yeah, and I mean he's already, even with David's cold softs right now, he's losing time. So yeah, I think he's definitely gonna lose P2, obviously, to David. It'll be interesting to see if Bio can also catch him.
I was just about to mention that. Is it enough space? Can he pit now and retake P3 and have a new set of softs as well? But I don't know though if that. If that's even a better idea than just trying to defend as hard as you can.
Yeah, I mean, but the only thing is now at this point, if they're on similar pace, the difference won't be enough. Like if Total Carney puts on softs right now, he would have to be still quite a bit faster just on raw pace than David to be able to catch him, just because David, I mean, those are 1 lap old softs. So I think TC's kind of stuck where he's at right now, and even if he pit to defend against Bio, it's possible. About like 23 seconds. I think he could maybe get Bio and get back into P3. So maybe you're right on that, because I think he'll lose P2 no matter what.
That's what yeah, if it's already going to be a loss to P2, then
you might as well make it a little easier on yourself defending P3. And I think, yeah, if he were to do it now, he would come out, if not right ahead of him, like just behind Bio. Yeah, David said purple sectors now.
yeah. That's why, yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be interesting, because is it gonna be worth the risk? Though
I think TC might be trying to go to the end, which is actually kind of crazy. So if he does this
and stays on the podium, that is gonna be quite the achievement.
If he does this, these hards are gonna have done 32 laps, 31 laps. Like that's.
I would definitely keep that and jot it down.
Yeah, I'm like the SpongeBob meme. Like write that down, like right now. Like hard tires can do 30 laps at Spain.
I mean, I guess they modeled this tire kind of accurate. Sometimes a hard tire can go almost a whole race, but
my controller has died. And I have no idea where my charger is, so it looks like we're going to be using our wheel to navigate for the rest of it.
Gotta use the old shifters to hop through cars.
Seriously.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to figure out. Bio, I almost think he's fell back a tiny bit, honestly, to TC here in the last lap or 2.
I mean, when I said it last, I said he was about 25 seconds back from TC, and he's still in that range. He's just not catching, which is surprising, regardless if you have 16 lap newer tires than.
Yeah, we've just seen him. He had a very good start, but
I want to be on that sausage curve.
Oh, no, no, not here.
And I mean, as well as TC's just doing a good job overall. Like he's not even losing that much time to tails either. I would say it's maybe about 2 or 3 tenths a lap, which I mean, of course, over the course of a stint is crazy. But just considering he has 16 lap older tires, it's actually really it's not too bad. But as I say that, I think he's lost an extra like 3 or 4 tenths.
I was gonna just there, but it is still quite the achievement. Canadian as well. He's starting to finally reel back in routine, trying to hold on to that top 5.
Yeah, but it's Canadian just not in the most ideal situation. Who, I mean, had to strap on the hards, I think, on lap 5 or 6. So, yeah, he's on. His hards are definitely not feeling swell at the moment. Yeah, no, you are right, though. He's still making up time to.
I'm trying to figure out what is routine on.
He's on 10 lap old hard.
Yeah, so just the pace difference though. Yeah, Canadian just starting to reel him in. No, he doesn't have DRS yet. But...
Yes, he does.
Oh, okay.
It didn't look open. I was like squinting.
Yeah, it didn't look open. Yeah,
I seriously, it did not look open, but yeah, and then like it finally went across me. I was like, okay, it is.
Yeah, Alfa Romeo though, that is another strikingly beautiful car to watch go around the circuit.
Oh yeah, what's our next night race? In Singapore, so it'll be a while. But I'm sure under the lights, man. These cars look really good.
It is always a nice favorite of mine too, Singapore.
I don't love how it makes me sweat within like 6 laps, but I love that track.
You're not wrong there. Sweat, baby.
Oh, routine has a moment, and Canadian's gonna definitely close in, and that might have just possibly given up 5th place.
Yeah, big slip there. Canadian backs off just a little bit.
Canadian being on such an older tire, still outpacing a lot of these guys.
Yeah, DRS is open. But routine, you could just see his setups always in a straight line. He is such a bullet. And Canadian's actually losing time with the DRS open.
That's actually incredible. That's incredible. Typical routine setup where you can catch him in any corner you choose, but once you get to a straight, that man is rocketing away from you. There's situations, and it's wild because there was a situation at Mexico last season, or last year, so on the last game, where he was using such a low downforce on Mexico that I had the DRS on him at Mexico, and this is on last year's game, which was a high downforce meta game, and this man was gaining time on me straight when I had DRS, and was using ERS. It was the wildest thing I'd ever seen. So this game this is just up his alley.
Right there. He has so much understeer in every corner, but even right there, Canadian he's not,
I mean, he's not hitting a single apex.
Yeah,
he's saying what is an apex. And now Canadian's going to have to just try to get literally as close as he possibly can. But even that, I don't know if it's going to do it.
Yeah, he had a lot better exit that time, but he's
going to have to use all the ERS. Luckily, routine is flashing. He's going to have to go around the long way. And he gets it done. Yeah, routine's not going to have a defense there. Got a good enough exit, had enough ERS in the tank to get that move done on the absolute rocket in a straight line. But can he maybe come back? No.
A little bit.
Oh, he was using it. I saw it. He was using it the whole way. He had to, because I mean, you saw it the lap before. Like, you called it out. Yeah. He was losing time with DRS. He wasn't using any ERS, but just still to lose time when you have the DRS, which is supposed to gain you sometimes half a second to a second depending on the length of the straight. And to be losing time with it is just...
Which Spain really is not a short.
It's not. That's a pretty long straight, actually.
Yeah, and you get DRS quite early in the straight.
Agreed. So. And it's a fast corner as well. It's a flat-out corner. So it's one that you wouldn't necessarily usually mess up. Although with higher fuel, it is a little bit.
Yeah, but look at this again, though. TC, though, he has stuck with it and determined, and he's actually...
I mean, that's just incredible.
David.
And this is what I mean with the softs. Like, the softs just...
Not for David, my bad.
I've ended up with a situation like this where I've had to go a long way. I had to do it at Bahrain, actually, like my first league race of the year, where I got it some damage on early on in the race, put on hards, went as deep in the race as I could, and then I pit for softs, and I'm expecting to start catching these guys like crazy, but it's just the window for these softs this year is so short. It's so short. It literally feels like these softs on most tracks last a lap. And it's just not enough if you're actually trying to catch people. That's why whenever somebody says, like, I might use the softs, it's just like, if you're in the top 10, like, it's just not necessary in my opinion. It doesn't help you much. But, yeah, sorry for the rant. But yeah.
No, you're good.
Soft tires just ain't it this year, is the fact of the matter.
Definitely not. But they start the final lap, and awesome. Thunder, I don't know if he's going to get close enough, but he's been reeling in Baller here for quite some time. So
teammate. We'll see if they... they're teammates, so we'll see if they're willing to scrap it out. I don't know if he'll be able to really get close enough now. They're headed into the third sector now. I don't think they're really going to even get close enough. But
enough time. He has been closing in quite a bit. But
are they a lap down? Well, they're not a lap down.
No, I don't.
It's not going to end here, though.
Well, they're close.
Oh, yeah, no.
See tails.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, so
they have another lap.
They will go one more lap.
Okay, okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. So, yeah, tails.
Thunder is going to be quite close enough, though.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, Tails is going to come home. Brings home a win in the Spanish Grand Prix. Total Carney has done enough. He's brought these hards 31 laps. As long as he doesn't have a lapse in concentration here in the final corner.
Say David's cut in quite a bit here.
That's right.
One more lap, and it would have been probably enough, but he has done it, though.
And TC.
What a performance.
Takes his cards 32 laps, basically the entire race to bring home P2. David finishes in P3. Bio coming around the final corner now. There's no penalties on track, and he's going to be happy with that P4. He's weaving. Yeah, Bio with P4, Canadian P5, routine in P6. Black Balla and Thunder in the... Wow, I said Thunder. Thunder. Thunder in the Williams. Both of them going to come home in 7th and 8th. And I mean, it's really unfortunate. The chaos at the beginning. Nat got into somebody, I think it was Canadian, and that just took out about 4 people. And I mean, when you have low numbers already, that was basically almost half the grid. So, yeah, it's just unfortunate. Hopefully, next week, you know, we have better numbers, and also we have better standards. But, yeah. I mean,
we should have a couple more drivers.
I guess we can't be mad at Spain being a boring race. It's not. It wouldn't be the first. It probably won't be the last. But
won't be the last. But
nonetheless, Tails putting a little bit of a dent in Slippery's lead in the championship, and also AlphaTauri definitely closing in the constructors.
Yeah, I think it will actually take it by 6 points for the time being.
Well, let's see if they're
up
30. Lap. So yeah, they got 26 plus 18.
Oh no, I meant the driver stand.
Oh, drive. Oh yeah, no, you're right.
He's down 20 points.
I can't remember actually how many points that was driver.
I think it was 20 or 19 roughly. He was down. So.
But either way, that's gonna make things interesting as we get closer to the halfway point of the season. Next week, we have Australia. obviously returning the postponed race from round 3. So yeah, Tails takes home the fastest lap, finishes first, takes pole position as well. A perfect weekend. Total Carney somehow finishing P2. David finishing in P3, Bio finishing P4, Canadian P5, Routine P6, Black Ballad P7, Thunder P8. That's the last runner. The rest of them did not earn any points. So yeah, we will see you guys. I mean, Celeste, do you have anything to say about that race?
Oh, no. I mean, it's kind of just another Spain race, you know, where it is what it is. Unfortunate that happened in the beginning, but other than that, though, everybody did a good job. Nice little racing, though. Tails takes another W.
Yeah.
TC with amazing tire wear, though.
Yeah,
Still
no,
not quite sure how he's able to manage that, but
that's gonna go. I might have to put that in the record books. Most laps done with one tire. But yeah, no, an amazing race from the boys that were able to survive the madness. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week for Australia. Same time, Wednesday, 8 p.m.